What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to Prolific Sports, brought to you by the Score on Air Network. Money Mac, the Pretty Boys Champ, hosting. You know what time it is. It's Friday, 1 o'clock. And you know, of course, like always, I'm super fresh. I think I plug my barber every week. I mean, because he cut me every week on time. So I think I should plug him every week on time. You know what I mean? So Mr. Pringles the barber, a.k.a. Head Honcho, Mr. Always Cutting. I appreciate you looking out, having me so clean all the time, man. A little relaxed today. Got on a little t-shirt, man, laid back. We're going to get into some things today, man. I just want to chill, man. You know, I seen a crazy article or some crazy news the other day, man, about this Overtime Elite. Now, if you don't know what this Overtime Elite is, it's this new basketball league. It's a professional basketball league, but it's for high school students. Right, professional basketball for high school students. It's called Overtime Elite. And I guess it's supposed to have like 30 of the top prospects in the nation, 16 to 18 years old. And they're guaranteed $100,000 salary. Like, so if you make this league, the Overtime Elite League, 16 to 18, you play in this league, you're making $100,000, 16 years old. I mean, that's better than bagging groceries, right? You know what I mean? Like, I got to say that's got to be better than bagging groceries in high school, working at the local Walmart, working at the local Giant Eagle. Let me hear your thoughts. Hold on. Let me introduce my producer, Mark Phases. You know he's always in the building. What's up, Mr. Producer?
Hi, everybody. How are you today?
Did you unmute your mic today?
It's ready.
All right.
I got the mic first.
All right.
No human error. Hope you all are doing good. We're back, and that sounds really cool, man. I wonder how they can pay these ball players that you're talking about, these high school kids, though, and that not interfere with them going to university, going and playing in school, because they've taken money.
Let me tell you something right now. They are offered a $100K salary. They're also offered bonuses and equity in the league. Yeah, but you know, there's always a catch. There's always a catch. And you know what the catch is? If you play in this league, you can no longer compete in high school sports, or you can no longer compete in college athletics.
So is this like an age range and like an age limit of like 15 to 18?
16 to 18. High school students. Pro basketball for kids 16 to 18. This is just high school. This is just high school kids we're talking about making $100,000 a year. Like, and you know, it's funny because some of the people that are backing it is a guy like Carmelo Anthony. He's on the board. A guy like Jay Williams, who I respect immensely, from Duke. He's highly intelligent. So if he's on board with it, I got to think there may be something to this.
I wonder how it affects the college, though. I mean, are they allowed to still go and play college if
No, they cannot play basketball
because they've accepted money.
Yes. So, but here's the thing. Here's another interesting fact about it. So, an Overtime Elite athlete, if you play for an Overtime Elite 16 to 18 and you decide that you do not want to play NBA ball, they give you $100,000 for college tuition.
Wow.
So you're making $100,000 for the next 2 or 3 years. So and if you don't want to play NBA ball, you can. I mean, but
that's 4 years, about $400,000.
About 3 years. About 3 years, $100,000. You're 18, like, and you're playing against elite players, and I'm sure you're with guys like Carmelo and Jay Williams. You're going to have top-notch coaches.
You know what'll probably happen that kind of answers my question about the colleges. They won't play college. They'll go and end up in like the G League,
of course, to make more money. Like, you know, this is just a different route, and I the more I think about it, I don't see anything wrong with it. We watch young golfers go pro at 14 years old. Tennis players go pro at a young age. Like a lot of other sports, kids go pro. So like to see a 16-year-old, 18-year-old kid with an opportunity based on his skill set to go pro and make $100,000, some kids aren't built for college. Like, and that's why we see so many one and dones. I think a big deal is that they're trying to get really just the sham of the one and done and move on from it. Either you're gonna go to the G League or you're gonna go to college and you're gonna play 3 or 4 years and plan on staying that route. But if not, then here's another avenue for a young kid to go, still get his education, graduate high school, have a diploma, not just some GED, but have a diploma, make some real money, and be around professional athletes and learn how to be a professional if that's what you plan on doing for your rest of your life. And with guys like Jay Will and Carmelo Anthony backing it, I kind of like that idea of giving these young kids an opportunity to really see what the pro lifestyle is like. Because you get so many who get out of college early, don't understand the pro lifestyle, and wash out the league. This gives a young guy, 16, that opportunity to see for the next 2 or 3 years what it's like to be a pro and I want to do that for the rest of my life. Or is there something else that I prefer to do? And they also
you got to think it would make basketball stronger too. I'm thinking about these guys, and they're going to play 2 seasons of what we're talking about here, and it makes me think of something like the select teams that they play up, like the guys go to high school one place, but they go somewhere, an academy somewhere else.
Yes,
those academy players are there's gonna be more opportunity there because these guys that are making money that we're talking about are not there. So it's going to open up more opportunities for bigger, stronger high school programs to develop more players.
Yep, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. And it also, I think by comparison, really levels the playing field in college basketball. Like it almost to the fact where I don't even know how popular college basketball will be after we get a look at what maybe this could be. And what the G League is trying to do with the NBA right now, and how they're really trying to push that. Because I see that they are looking at a mock up of overseas basketball, and the G League is trying to go in that kind of direction and trying to format the league to where young guys can come straight in, learn how to be pros. So you're essentially going from the overtime elite to the G League to the NBA, and that'll be some people or one form of track that you can go to get to the next level. Well, I kind of like that idea. You got something for me? No? Oh, I kind of like that idea. And give the kids a chance, man. Any opportunity you can give young high schoolers to see a glimpse into their future, because that's kind of what you're giving them. You're giving them a glimpse to be pros. Like, do you really want to do this for the rest of your life? Play basketball, practice. Like, it's not just you actually got to put some work in.
It'll definitely change the landscape of things for sure.
Definitely. All right, man. So let's move on to our next segment, which, I don't really change my segments. I don't really got too many thoroughbreds today, man. It's a whole lot of phony stuff going on, man. But we're going to start out with J.J. Watt right now. And we seen it. Can I get my graphic producer? Hold on. My producer's working slow. I need my graphics, man. I'm trying to perform here. I'm trying to put this art on, this performance. All right, so I know what you're thinking. You're like, man, Money, why you got him in the Texans uniform? I'm like, listen, man, this is a backstory behind this too, so just bear with me real quick, guys. We know we play for the Cardinals now. Actually signed a 2-year deal earlier this week, $31 million, $23 million guaranteed. Now he said he wanted out of Houston because he wanted the opportunity to play for a championship. I got to tell you, the Cardinals roster is much better than the Houston Texans roster. But I don't know if you want to say championship. I'm going to the Cardinals. If I want to win a championship personally, man, and I don't really like knocking players, but I'm gonna really tear into the Houston Texans organization in a minute. But I don't really like knocking players. But if I want to win a championship, I call up 15. I say, hey, 15, I'm coming to Kansas City, and I'm trying to win a championship. You know what I mean? That's if you really, really trying to win. You know, you've already signed a 6-year deal, $100 million, so you made your money. So was it about the ring? I don't know. About the money? I don't know. I tell you what, though. I'm from Ohio. I've been in Ohio my whole life. I do not like any Ohio teams. But I am not biased when it comes to assessing football talent and situations. And I just think, personally, down in here, personally, you know what I mean? Not set in stone for you out there. Personally, my feelings. I think his best fit would have been with the Browns. You know, they have Myles Garrett. I tell you what, you know, he's just an animal. And if you put J.J. Watt on the other side of that, with that two-headed running game, monster with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, I mean, you got something. Like, for real, you got something with Myles Garrett and J.J. Watt in Cleveland. But I just don't know. Maybe he just felt like Arizona was nice. You know what? This is one of those situations where we'll really never know. Sometimes this is one of those situations where the wife steps in and says, listen, son, we're not moving from Houston to Cleveland. And we're not moving from Houston to Buffalo. You understand what I'm saying?
We're talking about evaluating talent. You just brought that up. Mm-hmm. Am I okay to talk about Josh Allen, our conversation before we got started, about how he
off camera? You want to bring up stuff we talked about off camera? Go ahead, man. Bring up stuff we talked about off camera. Man.
I'm just wondering how you feel about the quarterback situation. You're a Bills fan, and he's the quarterback. And
I mean, there's only one guy right now that I would take over him.
Mahomes.
That's it. It's not like I don't love I don't love.
You do
Josh
love
Allen.
your quarterback.
I love Josh Allen. There's only one guy I would take over him. You know what I mean? Right now, there's only one guy I would take over.
Well, more than Russell Wilson, or more than maybe this next guy you're going to talk about.
Okay, man. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's get to my next guy, man. Let's get to the Watson situation, man. And I only ran the J.J. Watt picture with the Houston Texans because I wanted to run my Deshaun Watson, because I guess whenever my Deshaun Watson get up here, I'll talk about him. There he is, Deshaun. Welcome to the party. So I guess it's all right to trade Carson Wentz. It's all right to trade Jared Goff. It's all right to trade Matt Stafford. It's all right to release J.J. Watt. But when it comes to Deshaun Watson, we're not even attempting to trade this man. We're not even attempting to trade. We tell him he can sit out this year if he wants to. If he wants to, he can sit out, waste a whole year of a man, because you don't want you know what? That's why teams like the Texans are not in the business of winning. Because if you are in the business of winning and someone says, I don't want to play for you, and someone else calls you up and says, here's four number ones for one guy. Here's 4 first-round draft picks for one guy. And you say no, you're not in the business of winning. You don't want to win. What is your ultimate goal? What is your aim at this when Deshaun Watson says he wants out and you won't let him out? What are you aiming at right here? What is the point of this? Let me hear you. Let me hear you, Phages. Let me hear you. Unmute your mic first. Unmute your mic. Yeah, there you go.
Well, it seems kind of like it might be.
Hit that group up there. They want to see you.
It seems like it might be kind of like a Carson Palmer type situation in Cincinnati years ago before he went to Arizona. just
Yeah.
it's exactly like that.
Exactly.
It's exactly like that. And
guess what? And what's the what?
I hate that there's so much money involved. I mean, and these guys are playing for pro teams, and it's like, yo, I mean, you're making a cajillion dollars, man. Like, it's a job, I guess if you don't like your surrounding and your
Right.
employers, that you have the right to feel a certain way, but in the same respect, you're under contract.
You are under contract, but at any time, and see, here's the thing about the NFL. You're under contract as a player. But at any time, that organization can cut you, release you, waive you, let you out of your contract. Like, this ain't like NBA or baseball where it's guaranteed. Tomorrow, they can cut you, take the salary cap hit, and don't have to pay you another dollar, and it's over with. So when you tell me it's different in the NFL. So when you tell me a guy wants out and you're willing to give up 4 first-round picks for him and you still not willing to trade him, you're not in the business of winning. Like, there is no possible way that you could literally turn down. And here's a crazy stat. Only 40% of the first-round quarterbacks even pan out. Only 40% of them. So if only 40% of the first-round quarterbacks pan out, what are you holding on to this man for? There's no guarantee that this discontinue is going to even ride out. For
it would be the money. It'd be they're investing. I don't know, man.
What? I mean, you can invest in another person.
That's true.
Like, he's not the only person to invest in. Like, and if you were investing in him, then why didn't you invest in the players around him? Why are you getting rid of DeAndre Hopkins? Why are you getting rid of the J.J. Watt? Why aren't you saying, no, we're not letting anybody go. We're keeping everybody, and we're bringing people in. So if we're trying to win, we should be bringing people in, not letting everybody jump ship. And then our best player, our franchise player, hold him hostage. Yeah, I can't fool with Houston. They on something different. I ain't dealing with them. They clowning. Listen,
doesn't sound like a good situation.
No.
We've been talking about Watson for a few weeks now, and
it keeps getting worse and worse. It keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's talk about
Russell Wilson.
Yes, let's talk about a little Russ Wilson. Little Russ Wilson news. This is off season, but I love some quarterbacks, and I love some quarterback drama. Just a little snippet. Next week we're gonna really talk bad and bash the rookie quarterbacks coming in my NFL draft segment. So stay tuned for that. But first, what's up with Russ Wilson, man? He's complaining that he wants a bigger role in the organization. Then he says, I'm not asking for a trade, but if you're willing to trade me, I want to go to Chicago, New Orleans, Las Vegas, or Dallas. But I'm not asking for a trade now. But if you're asking for a trade now, you can trade me there. So, and the crazy thing about it is, what we just said, Houston is refusing to trade Deshaun Watson, right? What you over there doing? Playing. Mm. But you know what? Seattle, they don't care. Russell Wilson got a Super Bowl, played in 2. You know what they're doing? Taking calls. Like, somebody calling about Russell Wilson, they picking up the phone. They answering. What you offering? What you giving up? What you willing to pay? Like, Seattle is in the business of winning.
What do you think Goodell was? I just keep thinking about this since the Super Bowl. What do you think Goodell, what was that conversation like with him with Russell Wilson up there in the skybox? What does the commissioner talk to a guy like that about? Use your imagination maybe a little. What does Goodell say?
That's what he says. That's exactly.
What was that conversation about? I mean, I'm just, I don't know, fascinated.
I don't know. The thing is, it's hard to really tell because I personally don't know how much of a football fan Roger Goodell is. Like, so
he got his position because he knew the Rooneys.
Yes. So I don't really know how much of a fan of the game he really is. So it's just like hard to sit next to a guy like Russell Wilson. And if you're having a conversation, not be a fan of it. Like you're watching the Super Bowl and not be a fan of football. Like you're seeing one of the premier quarterbacks in the NFL and you're not talking football at the Super Bowl. Like what else would you be talking about?
Contract. Like I wonder if that ever comes up with them or talking about his situation.
I'm sure nobody ever talks to Roger Goodell about their situation. No player. I'm sure.
Best to keep that between them and their agent.
There's no player in the league that trusts Roger Goodell. Not one single player. Like, you can sit him next to any. There's not one player that trusts him. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what they were talking about. But, like, and I almost think it's unrealistic that they're going to trade him. Because if you trade him, then that's $30 million cap hit. But just the fact that you would even feel calls, because if somebody offers 4 first-rounders for Russell Wilson, best believe that he's on the move right now, today, gone. I'll see you.
So we're talking about Watson and we're talking about Wilson, and it's a conversation we keep revisiting.
Right.
And so who are the teams? I've asked this before, but just for the sake of this episode and the people that are watching, who are the teams that are in the market for Watson and Wilson?
Well, we're going to have to get into that in about 20 seconds. Well, 3 more minutes after my break.
We're going to do a little break.
This is Prolific Sports brought to you by Score on Air Network. I'll be back in a minute. I got to pay some bills, man. Like, I got to produce and host, man. Get me out of here, producer, man.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player. That is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
You see, I'm over here. I got to produce and host right now, man. Thank you, Mark Fages, man. I appreciate you being behind the desk. My arms aren't long enough to reach all the buttons, so, that's cool.
We do what we can.
Hey, man, we're going to get into our next segment, man. I know y'all know NBA is on a break. All-Star Weekend coming up today, man, this weekend. So, one of the funniest stories. Mr. Fages, man, please, can I get my all-star graphic for the people at home, man? They looking at Russell Wilson. I'm talking about NBA. They wonder what's going on out here. There we go. Okay, my graphic. Thank you so much. All right, so as you can see here, we got our NBA talk right now, man. And All-Star Weekend, Team LeBron versus Team Durant. Durant's not playing. He got the hamstring. He been out for a couple weeks now. Harden been carrying him, balling. Kyrie Irving doing this thing. The funniest thing about it is, though, that today what comes out is the Utah Jazz, the number 1 team in the league right now, are crying. Why are they crying? Ask me why they're crying.
Why are they crying?
Because they have 2 All-Stars, and they were picked 22nd and 23rd, dead last.
I feel like I got to give a big pretty boy chant. Man, what do you mean Durant's got his name on the team and he ain't playing? What's going on there, man?
Yeah, you know what?
What is that about? Let's switch that back to East and West, where like we all understand it.
You know what? I'm Mark Phages. That's like the realest thing you ever said right there. I gotta give it to you on that one. For real though.
I had to get down with my inner roots and get to that man.
Like, how are you the captain of a team you're not playing on?
That's right.
Like, even better. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Who do you make that leader? Leonard? Is Leonard the guy on Team Durant that would be the
Joel Embiid? I mean, he's MVP this year right now, favorite. He's averaging 30 and 11. Sixers are number one in the East, half a game over the Nets right now. So if you're looking for a captain, Embiid is your captain right now. This year.
The Sixers center.
Yes. This year. He's your captain. Like in previous years, yes, it's Kawhi Leonard. This year it's Embiid, though, without a doubt. So like Durant's not playing. How do you even get to pick? That's more of a question and a conversation than the roster itself. Let's talk about that, then, Mark Phages.
Who's Bradley Beal? I don't know who Bradley Beal is.
You're being disrespectful, man.
Oh no! I'm supposed to know who Bradley Beal is.
Disrespectful, man.
I know who Terry Porter is.
Hey, man, Bradley Beal, man. He is a baller though. Mr. Fill It Up from the Washington Wizards, man. The only bright spot in Washington.
Tatum is still with Boston.
You know that, man. If he ever really figures it out, he's gonna be trouble. He has an enormous skill set, and his ceiling is.
I remember the dunk on
high.
LeBron, man.
Like
that's what I remember.
His ceiling is so high, it's almost scary if he ever really figures it out, because he's one of those guys where, at times in a game for like 7-8 minutes, it's just like you don't even see anybody but him on the court. He's like that special. So
he's a power forward, right?
Two guard.
Oh man, I'm off.
Get your
I just remember him dunking on LeBron.
So just automatically he's a power forward.
Yeah,
man. He's a smaller guy. He's a baller though.
Jason Tatum.
So I'm confused. Why isn't Antetokounmpo the captain for the other team? And because he went first to LeBron. LeBron picked him first. But if Durant's not playing, why isn't he the captain of the other team? He's been the MVP the last 2 years, right? None of this is making any sense to me. None of this makes any sense to me right now, man. Who's picking these teams? I know who's picking these teams, man. Anyways, man. Who you got? I mean, as you check out the rosters, man, as we go through the rosters, man, who do you like in this game? Who do you like? You got Team LeBron, Antetokounmpo, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Jokic, James Harden, Devin Booker, Williams, Zach LaVine.
I'm a little partial. CP3. I like CP3.
Man, last week he was our underrated guy. He's our most underrated player in the league, CP3. He just wins. Wherever he goes, they win.
He does so good, man, and he's not very big, man. It's just wild how much success that he's had. That
some people just know how to get it done, man. You know what I mean?
He gets it done.
He's a guy that knows how to get it done.
He does that.
Every team, everywhere he's at, they're a contender. They are a playoff team.
Where is he now?
That just drew a blank to me, man. Phoenix Suns. He's been so many places now. Every time, you gotta just think of his uniform. Like, where is he at right now? He's in Phoenix right now.
I thought I did something wrong there for a second. You're like, oh, you put me on the spot, man.
I know where he's at. Phoenix Suns. He's playing with the Booker kid, but it's like he's been around the world. You know what I'm saying? So you're partial to Team Durant. You're partial to a guy who that doesn't even he picks his team and not even plays for it.
Second round reserves. I got to take a deeper look at this this bench here. I think.
Let me ask you something. When I send you the lineup, you know what I mean, in the script of what we're gonna do, do you not look it over? Do you just come in here and just wing it?
I wing it. I wing it. I'm pretending that I know something. I know like about 5 players on this team. I'm trying. I swear. I'm here to give my time and give my heartfelt. I'm at a loss for words.
Yes,
I'm here to try to help.
He's here for moral support, man. I need more than moral support, though, man. I need a lot more than that, man.
I'm trying to look at these benches, man. Harden, Booker, a lot of them I know. Mitchell, how good is Donovan Mitchell? We've talked about him before. You're not really sold on Donovan Mitchell, are you? The last time we said something, you're like, yeah, he's good, but he's a reserve.
Oh, you know what? The thing about Donovan Mitchell is, I mean, he's upset. You know, I think Donovan Mitchell might go for MVP in the second half of the season, and they're number 1 in the West.
Utah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And he goes 22nd, the last pick of LeBron's team.
Man.
I mean, that's good. There's got to be something to be said about that.
Yeah, he was. It's like getting picked for dodgeball, man.
Yeah,
and he was sitting there.
Yeah.
And nobody was picking him.
Yeah,
and
look at some of these guys that went ahead of him.
I mean, he obviously would be on if he's the best player on the number 1 seed. He obviously should be there, but for some reason, and LeBron must have talked to Durant too about it and agreed with him. He's like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna pick him last," and then you make him sit. then you sit there and you make Donovan Mitchell wait, and he's like, and Mitchell's at home on his couch like it's Selection Sunday, going, "What the hell, man?" He's like the most unathletic, the worst player. Like you got picked last, man. Like, man, what's up with this, Kevin, man?
That's exactly.
LeBron, because it's a West Coast thing, LeBron had it out for Mitchell, and then he talked to Durant, who's his homeboy, and Durant's like, "Yeah, let's do this."
Let's do this, man. You know, I can see him going for MVP though, like just off that scenario, because that's the exact scenario I thought. Like, there's no way that Julius Randle went above Donovan Mitchell.
So now LeBron punked Mitchell, and Mitchell has to go all the way with Utah in order to get him back.
Well, you know what's going to happen. Utah will see the Lakers in the playoffs, and
wait, you're biased. We know where you're going to say the Lakers now.
Listen. There's no bias in here. Okay, have you seen that Laker team at full strength? No. So, I mean, they'll beat them in 5 games, 4-1, maybe 6. But, like, Utah doesn't want to see L.A. in round 1. You know, but the way things is going, Lakers lost, last 7 to 10 games? They're sliding fast right now.
I think I did see that, actually.
They're sliding real fast right now. So, we're going to get back into the roster real quick. I just want to jump around for a hot second.
See if I can find somebody else I can
what I want you to do is be a producer right now.
Production.
Yes, and I want you to look up the names on the dunk contest.
The dunk contest?
Yes, the dunk contest.
My phone is really slow,
now his phone is really slow, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've got an alibi. Oh, man.
This is what I'm dealing
I ain't
with
got a computer over here with this other one, man.
Oh, man. What I got to deal with, man. I know Obi Toppin is in it. Your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Dayton Flyer.
Ooh.
Obi Toppin.
I like it.
Knickerbockers.
I like it. He's good. He was good in warm-ups last year when he was a sophomore.
You saying he's a warm-up dunker? Is that what you're telling me?
Well,
he got the best warm-up dunks you ever seen?
That's pretty much what the dunk contest is, right? You know, I mean, it's kind of like there's nobody there to try to swat it away or anything.
Don't tell anybody that.
That's just between us. A prolific sports podcast first.
The dunk contest.
We know dunking.
We know
neither of us can dunk, but we know.
Don't lie to yourself.
Oh, maybe you can.
No, don't lie to yourself, man. Bring my 7-foot rim out here. Reverse.
Oh, man.
Windmill. through the legs.
Those ones that you would put up and down, man, those things would get destroyed so easily because everybody, wants to hang on it.
So you got to get the breakaway with the double rim, with the double springs on the
springs,
bottom.
Two springs. Yep.
Yeah. You got to.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Did you look up my dunk contest?
I'm telling you, this show will be over, but before the dunk contest is.
Man, let me get back to my roster. While you looking up that, let's get back to the roster.
Look up a dunk contest.
And let's wonder how a guy like Jaylen Brown, for real, Ben Simmons, how did he go before Donovan Mitchell? This is some type of conspiracy.
Hang on, I'm going to go over here in my phone. I don't want them seeing me looking at my phone.
Man, I'm sorry. They don't mind us looking at you. Look at your phone, man. It's actually very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? But some of these things, Nikola Vucevic from the Magic, come on, man. You can't be serious. You cannot be serious. What does LeBron... See, this is the type of stuff I'll be talking. What does LeBron and Kevin Durant have against Donovan Mitchell? He must have said something about their mama, man. That's the only time you do a cat like that, when you talk bad about your moms, right? You taking a long time with that information for me, man. This is crazy. This don't make no sense, man. I produce his show, butter, fire. You know what I mean?
He does it well.
I do it. I do it very well.
He does it well.
Good. It's all good. Let's talk about the Nets a little bit until I get back to my dunk contest.
All right.
You ready for me?
Think so. Hang on.
Come on, producer, man. I got to do everything around here. I tell you.
Hey, I'm back.
Good help, man.
Hey.
I'll tell you every week.
Participants. Anthony Simmons from the Trail Blazers.
Is that his jersey you got on?
No, this is Mr. Terry Porter. Terry Porter. Cassius Stanley from the Pacers. Obi Toppin of the Knicks. Is it just 3? There's only 3 guys?
Nuh-uh.
Wait a second. That's a 3-point contest. Here we go. Okay, it just popped up. 3-point skills
I'm losing
challenge.
fans right now because of you,
skills
producer.
challenge.
You know what? All this dead time. Let me get back to doing what I'm doing, man. So
looks like there's only 3. It looks like there's only 3 guys here.
3 guys in the dunk contest this year. It's getting weaker and weaker every year, man.
So
Who
it's
are
the dude.
These people, man?
It's the guy from the Trail Blazers, Anthony Simmons, Cassius Stanley of the Pacers,
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay.
What you know about Cassius Clay? This is not a fighting show right now. Okay.
Obi
Toppin. So is that our favorite, Obi Toppin?
We got to go with Toppin, yeah, man.
What about a 3-point shootout?
3-point shootout.
I know Curry's there. Dame Lillard's there. Booker's there. You know who I'm taking?
Booker, Jaylen Brown of the Celtics.
No.
Steph.
Yes.
Zach Levine of
Zach Levine.
Levine of the Bulls. Our favorite, or LeBron's favorite, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum of the Celtics.
That's the 3-point shootout?
That is your 3-point contest. They've got another thing here called...
Dame Lillard's not in the 3-point contest?
No.
Man, stop it, man.
There's this thing called...
I know, I'm taking D-Book, too, in the 3-point contest.
Sunday
for
March.
Sure. I'm taking Devin Booker this year for the contest. Are you sure
3-point?
Dame Lillard not in that contest, man?
I got it right.
It's surprising.
Got it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the 3-point shootout.
And nobody named Dame Dollar. You sure they ain't got any Dame Dollar over there?
Not there. Not this time.
You know, because if you don't got your own thing,
I gave you the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. I assume you probably want me to give the skills challenge, which is Sunday.
Yeah, let me hear the skills challenge.
The skills challenge is Robert Covington of the Trail Blazers.
Oh man, this ain't no skill right here.
Luka Doncic.
All right, I like that.
How do you say that name?
Luka Doncic.
Yes. From the Mavericks. Mm-hmm. We both agree he's good, and we both you knew he was a son. CP3, Chris Paul. Julius Randle of the Knicks.
Oh, that's trash. He's in the skill contest. Oh, that's trash.
Domantas Sabonis.
Sabonis' son. Cedric Sabonis' son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the son.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He's
Here's a fun
He's
fact.
an Indiana Pacer.
Yes, here's a fun fact. He was drafted before Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's one more. There's another one I'm going to have trouble pronouncing from the Magic, Nikola Vucevic. Wow.
He was drafted before Donovan Mitchell too.
Everybody was.
Everybody was drafted before Mitchell. Like, I think it's just a conspiracy against Mitchell, man. You know, things happen in the league, and people talk. They always talk, man. And what did he do? You know what? I think it might have been Rudy Gobert. Because, you know, when all that corona started last year in the league, Rudy Gobert was out there touching everything. Maybe they just don't trust the Jazz. Maybe they feel like the Jazz was the reason that the league got shut down last year, man. And everybody holding a grudge against them. Or maybe they just don't like Donovan Mitchell's nickname is the Spider. Maybe they think that's
the Spider?
They think that's just stupid. They just like, they don't like his nickname. They need a better nickname, so you go last with the nickname like the Spider.
Man.
Like, you see Kevin Durant had to change his name from Durantula, and now he's a captain. You know what I mean? You got to change your name. You can't be like insects and stuff out here. Like King James, that's the name, okay? Air Jordan. You know what I mean? No, those are names.
Those are the legendary ones there.
CP3.
Magic.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Johnson.
a name. You know what I'm talking about?
Magic.
The Spider.
The Spider.
You're kidding me.
Glenn Big Dog.
Come on, man. Big Dog Robinson, man. That's a name.
Big Dog.
Tractor Trailer, man. Come on, man.
Grandmama.
Grandmama.
In the Converse. You know you had a pair of those Converse back in the day with Grandmama.
Some of these people are too young and watching this show. They might not even know who Grandmama is.
People that are our age had shoes from Converse because of Grandmama.
Yeah,
you remember how Grandmama and Alonzo were teammates, and then
fighting.
Then they were fighting.
Yeah.
That was so crazy.
Well, because Knicks in the Heat. You know, Pat Riley. That was some type of rivalry, man. Like, that was some type of, like, you know what? I think that we're gonna do something like that for Prolific. We're gonna bring up the best rivalries in sports and fights, because Knicks Heat rivalry in those late '90s, like, that was some fire. Allen Houston.
The other one was. I mean, it's great that they work together now. Was Barkley and Shaq? That was a good one.
Where they was swinging and not missing anybody, just missing. So
Chuck went for a tackle.
All right, man. I gotta go to break.
Back to break.
Yeah, they're people outside the window.
We are breaking.
So give me a second and
breaking.
Prolific Sports, Squirrel Air Network. I'll be back in a minute. I see you, boss. I see you.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater people.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Welcome back to the show, man. Thank you for joining me, man. For our next trick, our final trick, it's our curtain call, man. And today's curtain call is none other than, can I get my graphic? Oh, he's looking for my graphic. What is he doing during commercial breaks? You know, what does he actually do during commercial breaks when I'm back here talking to this man and telling him what's coming up next? You know, these things, they make it very hard for me to perform under pressure, you know. And it's a good thing I don't feel pressure. You know what I mean? I just live and play in the moment. Can I get my graphic? Nah, I can't get my graphic. No. Yeah, I need my Alabama graphic. Yeah. See what I'm saying? I'm losing fans over here. Okay. So, for the final curtain call today, yesterday, I guess Alabama announced that they expect to be playing in full stadiums this fall. So, packed house will be back around the world. So, expect a packed house here in Columbus. I guess the one said a mask mandate comes off and we get to like 50.
And it's down significantly since February.
Correct.
Wasn't it 170? Is that what I saw?
Correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess the masks were coming off. Corona is not over and it's not ending. It's forever here. We're learning how to live with it and survive it.
Yeah.
So back to packed houses, back to packed stadiums, back. I think Texas was trying to take the mask off Tuesday. Yeah.
Nobody tells Texas what to do but
Nobody
Texas.
tells Texas.
Texas. Texas runs Texas.
Texas runs Texas. So they're taking their mask off Tuesday, allegedly. I don't know if that went through or not. I mean, I'm sure people are fighting that. Or maybe they're not. Maybe people aren't fighting that. Maybe we just take the mask off. Because, you know, all through the SEC, like, those stadiums were getting fuller and fuller. And they kept saying 10% capacity, but it just kept seeming like they kept packing more and more in there.
Those SEC football fans, man.
They just kept packing more and more.
They're willing to die for their teams. Those Gator fans,
man,
the cocktail party, they don't care. You know, they're throwing COVID everywhere. The Gators and the Bulldogs having a big party in the middle of a pandemic.
In the middle of a pandemic, like, yeah, buddy. The super spreader is here.
Go Dogs!
Right. So that's it, man. That's it for our show today, man. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Mr. Mark Phases, once again for producing it, man, being part of the show. I really appreciate you. Couldn't do it without you, man.
Thanks for having me. Hey, guys, we'll see you next week.
Wait. You're stepping on my damn toes, man. What's going on with you? I'm the host of this show right now, man.
Oh, I was gonna.
You're saying your goodbyes and you're just gonna give me the mic. Oh.
See you next week, folks.
Sorry about that, Phages. Stepping on my damn toes all the time, man. Okay. All right, so thank you for joining me, man. Oh, you know what, man? Do me a favor, man. Take this graphic off the screen real quick, man, and do me a favor and run my video. My knockout, man. I want to see somebody get punched in the head real quick before I get out of here, man. Run my video to knock out the KO.
I got to turn my mic on at the very least for that. Hang on.
You know what I mean? Go ahead and put that on.
Where was it?
We got a couple minutes. I don't really got to be completely out of here for another.
I don't see it.
5-6 minutes, man. It should say KO boxing. You know what I mean?
KO.
If you missed it last week, it's the KO of the year. The knockout of the year. I got a video. It's only like a minute or so. Oh, man. Just plop it up there. Hopefully my producer can get it, man.
The producer is...
I done revved up my people, man, and now they looking for this video, man. You got to come through.
Oh, man. Not seeing it on this one. Oh, man. Group 2 curtain call thoroughbred. There's no KO up here on the sources.
Oh, yeah, it's up there. Boxing, it's over there. It's in there. It's in there. Mark Phages.
Putting me on this. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot right now. Now I look bad. ESPN, what is that? See, what is ESPN? Is there an ESPN over there?
Nothing on boxing, no KO.
Look at the little eyes, man. It's over there, man. Don't panic. Just don't panic. Rule number 1 is just don't panic.
It's not there, man.
Oh, it's there. It's there. Oh, it's there. He's panicking, people. You just see him over here in the background. He's panicked. He's sweating bullets. He's dripping.
I just signed it off, man. Sorry, folks. I don't see it. We'll get that boxing clip again next week.
All right, man. So, as you said, he can't find it, man. We'll look for it. Prolific Sports, Money Mag, the Pretty Boys Champ, brought to you by Score on Air Network. Next week, rivalry week. We'll talk about something, and we'll find that clip and see you do get knocked out. All right, next week.